Okay, welcome back, guys. So, something actually happened. So, I've already gone around my entire model to create fingers and then create some breakups of the hand and even created some veins also around some parts of the body. And then I realized that after trying to save the screen recording, everything got the screen recording got corrupted, almost like an hour sculpting. And I don't want to kind of repeat the entire process again because that will take even another additional time. So I'm not going to show you guys what I actually did. I basically just used ZBrush for this. And also created new fingers also. I extracted the new fingers out of the mesh. But I'm going to be showing you guys how I did the fingers for this. I'll use one as an example, so I'll show you guys how to do that. So then you guys can just replicate that for the other parts of the finger. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to create these fingernails. So let me just show you guys what I did. So I basically use them standard brush and the standard brush, just those two brush. So all these wrinkle details you see around there is mostly them standard brush and the standard brush. So what I did was I used them standard brush kind of carve out lines like so, something like this. You draw a short line, then you draw another one to kind of continue that on, just like you're seeing here. So that's what I did for the entire process. And my reference image for this was actually my own hands. So I was basically looking at my own hands, the wrinkle lines in my own hand, my palm, to kind of create the entire thing. So that's exactly what I did. Let me just create some in between lines that are not too visible in there. So that's basically what I did for the entire thing. So the major reference for this was my own hand. So you can actually use your own hand to kind of create this also. Then for the veins are just standard brush. So it's basically standard brush. So with the standard brush, you just draw a wrinkle line. Basically draw a wrinkle line around this. And then try and connect the wrinkle line using the reference image. So with standard brush, just draw something like so. That has a curve to this, something like that. So you always want to work with reference. You can use your own hand as reference if you want to. Or you can gather reference online to use for this. So that's basically what I did. So that's basically what I did for this. Same for this part also too, for the knuckles too. So it does not look perfect though, but basically the same process. Standard brush, use standard brush. Let me use standard brush. Show you what I did. Them standard brush rather. Carve out a line like so. Then use the standard brush and kind of make that line underneath that line is a bit saggy. That's basically what I did. Using my own hand as reference also. Does not have to be completely accurate. You can always use your own hand as reference or look for references online to kind of use to do the same thing. So now for the fingers, so I basically maxed out. Let me see. Let me just adjust this slightly. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you guys now how I did the fingers. So I'm going to be using one finger as an example. So I basically maxed out a region for where I want the fingers to be on the arm. Then I extracted that geometry from the main arm and then use that. So let me I think I will solo this. Let me solo this so you guys can see just the hand alone. So you can see where I have the maxing, where I got the maxing from. So I maxed out where the fingernails kind of grew out from. I maxed those out. Then I did an extract. So if you go to your subtool panel, scroll down, click on extract. So let me just show you guys in here. Let me see. Let me just name this to fingernails, okay? So this is the extract features I used here. So I click on extract. At the moment, I already have the thickness. The thickness has been lowered already, so you can use that value for the same thickness too. Then you click accept. Once you accept that, kind of send that to a new subtool. Kind of send what you have maxed out into a new subtool. Then once you have that, this is new software now. Depending on the actual layer, you then so with the I use the slice curve brush to kind of cut out. So first of all, let me kind of control shift click on the extract version, then click on double sided because I want to see only one single poly group on this. So I go to modify topology and click delete. So I'm working with only this face, this polygon face. Then with the slice curve, kind of cut out every other all the excess part that I don't need. Yeah, this is not too neat actually. Let me do something a bit neater. So let me just cut this or something like so. I don't know if that is no. Let me do that again. Slice this off. I'm basically slicing this into different poly groups. So slice this down here, something like so, all the way up. So the center part now should have a different poly group, something like this now. So I have something like this now. So let me try and work with just this only. Because you see the same method that you use, you can also use to replicate the other ones. So the same method you use to replicate for the other ones also. So I'll be showing you just one example or just one example for just one fingernail. So which one should we use now as an example? So we can still use this one. I can still use this one just to illustrate. So I'll use it just to illustrate. Let me see where I'm looking for something. So yes, let me ZBrush this just to get a lower version of it because it's now right now it's just too dense. It's too dense. So let me take down let me undo that and take down the adaptive size. So we have like even squarishness around the topology of the entire thing. So I'll go half of this again. So I want to work with a lower dense mesh for this so I can work faster. So the thickness is still there actually. So let me just click on this to remove that thickness. Then I'll go to modify topology and we click on delete hidden. So now I'm working with just this now. So let's work with just this. So I'll just show you guys what actually I did. Then the same method, you just replicate the same method for the entire for the other parts of the finger. Just don't know why the recording kind of crashed. So with the slice curve now, holding Control and Alt. So let me just delete it in. Now slice the top part off just to have something neater. Okay, delete it in. Okay, so that's fine now. So now I can use the deformation polish by groups, turn off that dots and just do this do this multiple times just to kind of smooth this out. So I think I will need to go out of solo mode now. I might need to go out of solo mode. But before that, let me just do zero images a bit more. Let me get used to a more lower subdivision level. Let me do this one more time. So that it completely depends on how you want this to be actually. So you can go way lower if you want to. So we remove the topological brush now. I'm just kind of adjusting the entire shape of this. Kind of adjusting this even more. And I'll polish this a bit more. Okay, I'll just push this out like so. Then go out of solo mode. So now with this now, I can just show you guys with this example. So I just kind of size this out to kind of match where I've created an indentation for where the fingernails should be. And I'm basically still using my own fingernails as anatomical reference for this. You can also use your own fingernails as anatomical reference for this. That's completely fine. Whichever one works for you is completely fine. So I'm sure you guys already get the gist of what I'm actually doing here. So it's not that complicated. Let me take that even down even more. I'll just go half of this here again. Then we remove topological brush. Let's see. Okay, yeah. With the Z modular brush now, I want to add some thickness to this, so I'm on extrude. I'll just extrude this out like so. This thickness should be fine. You can also use edge loop to from edge loop menu to extrude this if you want to. That's completely up to you. So I'll kind of resize this kind of match. Or maybe let me go to edge loop. Let me crease PG. Let me crease polygroup. I just want to crease the edges for this. So I'll use crease PG. I hit that. That's completely fine. So when I smooth this now, I should have tighter edges for this. So now let me just adjust this. Just adjust this, kind of make this match the fingernails properly. So the same method I did in here, the same method you're going to use for the other parts of the finger. That's basically it. Nothing too complicated. So all you have to just do now is just to make minor tweaks on this, just to get this in place. Just make minor tweaks around this and just get this in place. So let me just subdivide this even more, just to make this even smoother. So as you can see, that works perfectly. So you basically just have to replicate that. Sorry, basically just have to replicate that pattern. The same method for the other parts of the finger. You don't have to create each finger on a separate polygroup. Just as you have maxed out all the fingernails, then you extract them, then just begin to use the slice curve to kind of cut out where you want it to be and ZRemesh, and basically just carry on from here. So that's basically what I did. So that's fine. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Bye for now.